Discrimination was very prominent in those years. Promoters never gave the black fighter the opportunity that he justly deserved.
He quietly used his position as heavyweight champ of the world to make sure that when he went to movies and they put him in the front row and he saw that blacks weren't allowed to come in, he said, I'm not going in there unless blacks can come in there.
Never again has a champion donated his entire purse, in this instance around $70,000, in the bright and brave cause of patriotism.
The IRS would come at Lewis years later saying he owed millions on these donations. Lewis would suffer financial ruin from this for the remainder of his life.
By the end, Joe had only his friends and his name. Frank Sinatra got him acting gigs and a job as a greeter at Caesar's Palace. He died shortly after a massive stroke in 1981. He had no money for a funeral or even a burial plot. Two old friends couldn't let Joe go out like that. Ronald Reagan toured with Joe during USO shows for the troops. The commander-in-chief waived the requirement of active duty service, so Joe Louis could be buried in the most hallowed of American ground. His funeral expenses paid for by an old friend who flew in from Berlin, despite an achy back, to lower the greatest of the greatest generation into cold earth and warm memory. So if you find yourself at Arlington National Cemetery in D.C., by the tomb of the unknown soldier, make that solemn walk down to the grave of Joe Louis. When you pay your respects, stand at attention, salute, because few men in American history are more deserving of it, because he bled for his country, and all it did was bury